We're recording now.
We're good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. So last where we left off, again, you guys are at an Ace cart for Lucid and for Alessandro. Lucid, you went into the cart to talk with Anetti for any possible jobs. Um, Alessandro, you were like, "This is disgusting. I'm not going to step into this cart because there's just all these empty beer bottles, ale bottles, whatever the alcoholic drinks you can find." And when she introduced herself, she was obviously somehow drunk and hung over at the same time. So, and it is early in the morning. Like, you guys are there, not at like the dusk of dawn or anything like that, but you're like, let's say you're there at like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and she's freaking drunk, right? So, it's just, again, she's slurring her words. She's gesturing for you to take a seat at the table. There's like beer bottles in the way at the table there. So you're looking for a job?
No, I just need to get the rat by himself.
Really? You're wasting my time with this one?
Girl, the fact that you're a scout and drunk, and it surprises me. Yeah, no, I just need to get him by himself. Sorry for your time.
I even had a job, whatever.
Oh my god.
She's like, just get the fuck out. And then she's just started drinking again.
Mm-hmm. Damn, the fact that I lost my scoutship, but she gets to be one and drunk. Low-key pisses me off.
Somehow you think about that, it's like somehow she's able to still be a scout, probably because she didn't put people's lives in danger.
Fair. It just low-key pisses me off for some reason. Wait, is she still aware? Because I tapped into to steal something just out of spite, but then I'm like...
She's still there, yeah. You could, if you're gonna try to steal something from her, by all means, you can try. I'm not gonna stop you.
Let me look around. Let me do an insight Wait, I do insight for that, right?
Investigation or perception. Like, perception is like you just spot something, like you're trying to see if there's anything around. Investigation is like you're actually like spending a lot of time trying to look around. So a perception check probably is better.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go with perception because I have a good perception to an extent.
You should have a decent wisdom, so you should have decent perception. There are so many goddamn beer bottles and ale bottles that you're just like, what the fuck is there to steal here?
It's amazing this lady can live. Okay, no, I'm done. I'm leaving this shit. I'm to this rat man.
As you're leaving, literally, you're just hearing the clinging of bottles against your feet. Some of them are even falling out of the goddamn wagon as you're walking out.
My fucking god.
There's that many bottles. I'm not joking.
My fucking god. Okay. Okay, yeah, no, I'm leaving. Goodbye. Ratman! Let's go meet up with the others. You and I together.
Ratman.
Please.
Wrapped up your business inside?
Nah, I just wanted to get you by yourself. I don't trust her. First off, this lady had us stealing from somebody else's stuff. Yeah, I don't want to risk anything, being a free man and all.
You wanted to get me by myself.
Yeah, I feel that we should at least talk a bit.
Well, I'm all for talking things out.
God. No, but I did say that I would make a decision by today, so I have to at least do this. How do I say this? I have a confession. I am a bit jealous of you.
Lots of people are, honey. You're going to have to be more specific.
You're really going to make me work for this, aren't you? Well, I guess Mesa can do everything that I can do a lot better. And Colin told me a little bit about your past. Only a little, but I guess I just feel a little word is not speaking is not really my best strong suit when it comes to stuff. I guess I just feel inadequate.
See, honey, that's where you made your first mistake. Comparing yourself to someone else. You just gotta be your best you.
Well, of course, but I guess I'm not sure if you noticed, but I did take your words to heart in certain stuff. I didn't want
And
to
I
make things,
appreciate you listening.
I didn't want to make things difficult, so that's why I haven't used darkness in a while. But
It's a useful ability. It's just, you gotta pick the right time and place.
fair. But when we were all discussing about how we can be useful to one another, when you guys said that say's the next best thing, I guess that kind of stung a bit. Granted, I do deserve it, but I guess it just proves how easily I can be replaced. So I kind of thought, now that I'm a free person, I didn't know if I wanted to still be around because I feel like you guys would be capable of handling things.
We want what's best for you. If you think that this life isn't for you, then that's what we want you to do. If you think that you want to continue, the Delvin life is what is going to be the best thing for you, then we want you to stick around. We want you to become the best you.
I do. I plan on sticking around. I just need to get that out of my chest because I at least want to make sure that when we do our part that there's no lingering anything. That's all.
Well, also, by the way, you sound Southern for a second.
Yeah, it's because I'm tired and I'm from the South.
He actually is from the South.
That sounds so right. That makes a lot of sense now.
My God. It's good. Sorry, I just wanted to say that real quick.
How dare you let your Southern accent fall out there, Sins and Heather?
Jesus.
So,
So, are we cool?
we're good, little man. Just one thing. Stop trying to bottle it up so much.
Easier said than done. I mean, when you're a kid in the streets, yeah, we don't really use our emotion. We mostly bottle that stuff up. But I'll try. I'm also low-key jealous because you got closer to Quillen and stuff. And it's not like I'm jealous about that stuff. It's just he's a really cool person. Yeah.
He is. He's a very kind and experienced gentleman.
Yeah.
And I appreciate him a lot. And anyone who hurts him is going to feel a world of pain.
Are you saying that to me specifically?
Should I be?
We should go meet up with the others.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that like snort from you, man.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
I mean, besides, it's not like I like him or anything. Just not or jealous because relationship or any of the sort. It's just Get little information. It's not like I bought that best thing from your thing for him or any of that nonsense. Mm.
Oh, to be young and have multiple crushes.
Excuse me? Excuse me? What does that mean?
Oh damn.
I don't need to repeat myself. You know what I said.
You know how I
Bitch, I
said it,
didn't
boy.
hear what you said. Say it again. Young and what?
Having multiple crushes.
What do you mean? I only have 2 people. Besides, wait a minute. Why am I opening up to you?
Because you know I got more experience than you.
Fine, you got that. Fine. Maybe you can possibly help me be cool. We appreciate it.
Well, start with honesty.
I've been honest with that man. Of course, I've been honest with him.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the few people who saw good in me. So, yeah.
If it helps, write out what you want to say before you go say it. Don't try and read it off a card, but just use that to get it in your head straight.
I'm gonna hate having to ask this, but I'm not the best with my words, but my action is best is good with it. You can play music. I can sing. Do you? If he shows up, if I know there's a tavern here, if he shows up, do you think you might be able to help me? Please.
Well, you'll have to give me what songs you want.
Oh, you're really gonna make me work for this, aren't you? You're really gonna make me work for this.
I gotta make sure I got them down.
You know what? I'm gonna DM you the song. That's like the last part. It's basically the last ending part because that means the most.
Damn.
But yeah, I'm gonna DM you the song. But anyway, fine. You have a deal. Let's just mute the others. God, all this nonsense is making me embarrassed. Imagine the rest of them hear this. I'm gonna get intimate.
Oh,
All right.
I
Anything
mean,
else?
eventually they should.
Oh yeah, true.
Little by little, I have to get used to it. Plus, it's gonna take a long time with the. We don't really see eye to eye, but fair.
Well, you have been kind of trying to keep them at arm's length for quite a while now.
Well, I mean, it's within reason. I mean, I plan to tell them about this too, but it kind of would make sense. I feel bad for a criminal. If something was to happen to me, it's just another criminal. I'd rather not give them that heartache. But
See,
there were a
there's that
few...
hole not opening up again.
True. But there was a few times when I actually broke that mask when I'm trying to help out a few people and other kind of stuff. But yeah.
Like I said before, be the real you. Don't put on masks other people give you.
Fine. Can we go now? Because fucking I don't. All this chatty stuff is making me. I ain't used to this stuff. I think the only time I ever do this is with Maru, and that's about it. So yeah, I'm not
Well,
used to all this.
anytime you need to talk, I'll be there.
I appreciate it. Also, I'm gonna steal those boots from Say, so I'm just gonna let you know now. Now that I kind of feel a little bit better and I got that out of my system, yeah, I kind of want those stuff now. He can keep the wand though, but I want those boots.
Well, you'll have to work that out with him.
Oh my
Fair
god.
deal.
Remember, he's got that powerful magic dagger, so if he catches you stealing from him, you might get a mighty nasty shank.
Fair enough.
Fucking bitch.
I'm gonna remind you, and this would be hilarious, is that the one time he gets two 1d4s, and he gets 4s on both of them. He just keeps rolling until he's gets the jackpot. Like it'd be the one time in this entire campaign that he gets 2 4s, and then he gets another 2 4s. Like I can see it.
Bro.
Ew.
Oh damn.
Oh, okay, yeah. Our business is done. Like I said, let us be team, please, because I cannot do this. Nothing. My crap.
All right. So getting back to Chase's card. So you guys had been given the letter, and you had read over the letter. He has offered you the job. Says, well, the job's in Greenvale. It's actually fairly close to the border, actually. Maybe a day or two away from here. Pretty close to the Otter Falls. Have you been there before?
Yeah, we actually passed through there on our last job.
Oh, well, at least you're familiar with the area. That's good. But the letter does say that you should talk with Captain Ursula Algar. She should be the first person that you talk to when you arrive.
Okay, let me write that down.
Ursula Algar. Here, I'll copy it and I'll put it into our...
Algar. She's a boat captain?
Oh, no, not a boat captain.
Who is she?
She, from what I know about her, she is actually just a wheelwright. So she works on wagons, but I don't know why she has the captain title.
She's a wheelwright. And she has the captain title.
I mean, maybe she fought in a war back in the day. Who knows?
Talk to her at the Otter Falls.
Not at Otter Falls. It's near the Otter Falls. So you have to go to Greenvale is the name of the town.
Greenvale, okay. Which is the town near the Otter Falls. And she's the one posting the job, or?
Yes, she was the one that posted the job. Her name is in the letter.
Okay.
But before you end up officially taking the job, I'm willing to do other readings to try to help determine things to help you out on your task. I don't go to these delves myself. It's far too dangerous for me. But a lot of my readings are pretty accurate. And if you're willing to do the job, I'm happy to try to give you any kind of ways to help you better survive your delves.
Sure. Surviving is always nice.
Surviving is always nice.
I offer 2 different kinds, and each all 3 of you I'm willing to do this for. I'm willing to do tarot cards. I feel like that would be very effective here. And then I also have another method that might also work, but I need something really important to one of you.
Tarot cards it is.
Okay. So you would like to have the tarot cards, Jasper, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you just see him just suddenly like hop off his chair and hurry off to another room, and he just kind of disappears for a little bit. So he just shuts the door behind him. He comes back eventually with a deck of cards, and then he just shuffles them, sets the deck out in front, and he says, "All right, just draw the first card, and that'll help me get a sense of you in particular, Jasper."
Okay.
So you go ahead, you draw a card, and you set it on the table. He flips it, and it is, Justice. That seems very fitting for a cleric of Dramphine. So this card will represent you.
Okay.
And then so he goes ahead and he sets out the next card. You see that it is the 8 Wands, and it is upright. I mean, that makes sense. 8 Wands tends to mean that it's urgent, that you'll need to make quick decisions. But why though? And then he flips over the next card and he says, and it's the Fool, and it's right side up. The Fool tends to represent innocence, going on a journey. So maybe someone is innocent. But I mean, who would be innocent in this?
Dun, dun,
Then
dun. Yes.
he flips another card. The Three Cups, reversed. A lack of community? Someone in isolation? Rumors? But if the previous person was innocent, that's concerning. And then he flips up the next card, and it's the last card. The Three Pentacles, right side up. Teamwork. You'll have to work together, obviously, but why would the cards warn us of this? If there's something that has any of you preventing for you from working together, I suggest you work it out now. Seems like that could have dire consequences.
I can think of one thing.
But that didn't give me much for being able to help you survive, but seems important to the cards. Would you like to try a different reading?
I'm good.
Okay.
Shall I try Noche or say?
Yeah, it would be either Noche or Say. You could offer. He did offer doing a reading, but he did offer another one involving needing an item that is important to you. If you want to do that one, he clarifies very greatly that he's only going to borrow it for like a second, and then you would have it back, no damage done. He just needs something that's very important to you.
I don't really have one, so Noche would be able to.
It just needs to be like, he clarifies, it could just be like a good luck charm, something that you feel like represents you. Could be it could be such anything that you deem as important.
I guess it would be the bow, so I could try.
Okay. So you're willing to offer your bow for this?
Yeah.
Okay. So he goes. So you go ahead and you set your bow out on the table, and he picks up his deck of cards and scurries off to the room again. And again, he's just gone for a little bit. Comes back with this bag, and he takes out a bunch of different crystals, and he sets the crystals around in a circle. You notice that each crystal seems to have a different color. So you have like a red crystal, a blue crystal, a green crystal, etc. So he just all these different ones. He's fitting it in a circle on the table around your bow. And then from the bag, he ends up pulling out a string and that's attached to a pendulum. And then he goes ahead and he holds that pendulum above your actual bow. And he just kind of closes his eyes and he concentrates for a little while. And you do notice that the pendulum starts to sway and move, and it kind of slowly moves into a circle-like motion. He then drags his hand over, across, and above the actual crystals, and you see the pendulum just kind of continuing to sway, and he moves it slowly around the table. And you notice that as soon as it hits the red crystal, the pendulum stops spinning and directly just goes completely straight, pointing directly at the red crystal. And then he stops for a little bit, and he sets the red crystal off to the side. And then he does that same thing again. He sets up the pendulum above your bow, focuses, allows it to sway, and he goes in a complete circle again over each one of the crystals. And you see the pendulum just constantly spinning around in like that pendulum motion that does. It just slowly moves and sways. And it doesn't seem like it's reacting to any of the others until he gets to the very last one, which is a white crystal, and it immediately stops over the white crystal. And so he sets it off to the side. Okay. So fire and light, these will be needed to be able to defeat the threat.
I mean, with the with the information you're giving us, yeah, that's no brainer.
It's something to maybe help you out. If you can't cast anything that gives you any kind of fire, I hope that at least some of you are able to cast fire. Maybe you might want to use some of your funds if you have any. Get some sort of magical item, or maybe get some potions that you can like do fire damage with. Or maybe you can get some holy water, or I would assume light would be in this situation just any kind of radiant.
Yeah.
We're pretty good on radiant. I've got that in the bag.
Well, thank you.
I suggest that you prepare yourselves with those two, especially if you can't do one or the other. You should invest in some things to be able to do one of those.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I'll take my bow back. Yeah, let's start
Any
thinking
other
about
way
the
that I
kitchen.
could help out?
I'll be right back.
Anything else I could help with, perhaps?
I guess just letting them know that presumably, I'm assuming we're all okay with taking this job, right?
Yee.
Just like,
Wait.
Wing.
Respectively, listen.
Apparently, "wait" means yes.
Speaking in his native tongue again.
That's draconic.
I guess we're just letting them know that we officially accept the job. By the way, how much does this job pay?
Yeah, we don't even know that part, do we?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's really good. That's a very good question. So he goes over the letter with you. He points out that the job itself is that they are willing to pay for the job being 1,500 gold for the job. That's like what's in their reserves. He does clarify though that there's like if this is connected to a dungeon, there's going to be a bunch of other stuff based off of the actual threat and what he is determining. You guys could easily get over, double checking my price range for these. You should be getting like 8,000 gold in total for this one, if I recall correctly. Double checking.
And we will be allowed to actually go in the dungeon without having to file a bunch of extra paperwork and crap, right? No one's going to get in trouble.
But this one is your job. It's assigned to you at this point, so you should be fine.
Okay, because the last time we did something like this, the job was to scout the dungeon, and then we ended up actually going into said dungeon and conquering it, so to speak. And
more like half compliment.
Yeah, there was some extenuating circumstances, but that aside, like we only got like the reward for the scouting job. We didn't get any additional reward for that. Beyond what we had already.
Seems like it's something that should be of your level. My divination seems to always be accurate, so I do assume that.
Okay, I just want to make sure that if there is a dungeon and we go in and we conquer it, we're going to get like fully compensated.
properly compensate about this shit.
Well, I hope so. I mean, I also wish to be properly compensated once you return.
Oh, that's the other thing. How much is your take?
So for the scouts, it's the same amount that technically Blue was getting for his take from the scout for being a scout, which equaled out to being about what you guys would have split up anyway between all of you. So let me double check what the scouts' actual wages are again to specify how much you get from it.
Okay, so basically 1/6 of whatever we find.
I think we simplified it to that, but I think it's
minus the.
I thought the scout's take was. I thought the scout's take was just from the pay of the job, not from what you find.
Yeah, so it's only going to be like 10% of like what you guys get for the job, which is the 1,500.
Okay.
So he gets 10% of the 1,500, if I recall correctly. I will
150 plus we also have to give the caravan 5%, right?
Yes.
So we lose 15% of whatever the job pays. Yep. Okay. Not bad though.
Yep. And again, it could be a lot of money in the dungeon, might not be. He's using his divination, he's assuming that you guys are going to be getting about 8,000 gold pieces in total from doing this job.
But we can get up to 8,000.
Yep.
Okay. Just
Yeah,
updating
as you
my-
guys get higher in level, the jobs pay out a lot more.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're going to accept the job, and then if that's all, I have a bit of a I got some shopping I gotta do, and
Oh my god, you're really going for it.
a date to get to.
Wouldn't it have been hilarious if Lucid and I had accepted the other job too?
It would have been hilarious.
I mean, I did have another job available from her.
Nah, like my initial thought was just hell no. I just didn't want the brat alone.
All right.
Taking from this
You
lady.
did not give the good vibes.
Funny enough, she's supposed to be like based off of like the one-shot adventure that's like supposed to be your starting scout for like
Wow.
yeah, Annette is supposed to be your guys' starting scout, but then I had Blue and I'm like, oh thank god, I don't need to play a drunk all the time.
Damn.
That's
And
like
I-
just an archer.
And
Or
I made up
Mallory.
Chase because Chase made sense for like an actual fucking scout, so it's like then Chase is a good one.
So
Chase is
everything
who we're
worked in
talking
order.
to, right?
Yeah, Chase is the one that you guys are have been talking to. So, yeah. He is a divination wizard, so he knows how to use magic to kind of determine things and see the future, etc.
Foresight, nice.
Yep. But yeah, he has given you a warning of like making quick decisions for your next adventure, and that seems to be there's someone innocent. It was like his clear thing that you remember from it. Also told you fire and radiant would be very important for this fight to come.
Yes.
All right. But otherwise, then, anything in particular people want to do now since we've finished up the whole like chase moment here?
Yes, but I'll let everyone else say what they want to do first if anyone has anything specific they want to do.
I do.
What do you want to do now, Jay?
I want a bowl of soup.
You want to go soup?
I want a bowl of soup. It's
He
been a
didn't
while.
have. He didn't have breakfast. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I want breakfast soup.
I mean, the tea was nice, but like, it was bitter soup. Like you want like the meaty soup. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. Can I have a bowl
Yeah.
of soup? Am I
Um,
allowed? It helps
yeah,
with my
so-
morale, and for some reason, it's good luck too.
Yes, you are totally allowed to go ahead and run off and get yourself some soup.
He scurries away after getting permission from the voice in his head that he can go get some soup happily.
So back to just being in a part of the town. So, as you can kind of see, this is kind of a lot of times the setups for people for hanging around and getting meals. But yes. So you go ahead, you go off and you get yourself your free meal and whatnot.
Because it's not even like the afternoon yet, huh?
Oh.
Not the afternoon yet. You guys still are like the meeting probably took a little while. But it was relatively quick, maybe about an hour. So you're still in the morning. You guys have all day.
Plus, they
do
have
whatever you
breakfast
want.
soup. It's fine.
They have breakfast soup. What exactly would be breakfast soup? Like, is it just cereal? Like,
No, it's
is
like
cereal with soup?
it's like
It would be funny if it
meat
was.
broth with eggs and more meat and
So
more
ramen.
meat
So
and
ramen.
eggs. No noodles, just egg
No
and meat.
noodle. Just egg and meat.
So ramen
Ooh.
sans noodles.
Yes,
So it's a scramble.
yes.
That does actually sound really good right now. I wish eggs weren't expensive. Anyway.
God, that's- ugh.
All right. So Noche is getting himself a meal because he definitely needs one.
And it's for free too. Let's get that.
Yep, you guys get 2 free meals a day here at the Delver with the Delver Caravan. Which, as a reminder, the Delver Caravan is currently parked. It's not traveling around. Normally, even like when you guys are at the caravan, they tend to travel like constantly. The carts will be always moving, but they move really slow. But today they seem to just be stopped by, and they're really close to Dungeon Town. So, not surprising.
The more you.
All right. So Noche's getting himself a meal. Anything else that people are wishing to do?
Meet up with the others and find out that we have a job.
Yeah, we gotta know this.
So yep, you guys eventually arrive there to the location for the meeting, but you see that they've already exited out. Noche has just ran past you guys and it's just like soup, soup, soup.
Jasper needs to go to the market, so I guess it's up to say to fill y'all in.
So Jasper just leaves and says, "Say, tell them what's going on," and you just leave.
And I just look at him like, bitch, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm waiting to talk to him. Oh well.
Whatever, guys. So what what's your guys?
We didn't get any.
You guys didn't get any?
No way in hell I'm gonna try fucking ass squirrel.
Squirrel.
Deal with the squirrel.
Squirrel.
There is no way in hell. Especially one that had us go stealing from somebody else's cart only because they were doing better than hers. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
I mean, the dude did steal her black book that had all of like her contacts for jobs. So
Fair. Like, yeah, that's fair drama. That got nothing to do with me.
Oh
he
yeah.
also stole back a magic item for her.
Because he got me. He was an asshole. He deserved it.
Oh yeah, it was the moment that I got dragged away too.
Yep, you got dragged off afterwards because there was like a bunch of wolves wanting to talk for a job from him. And then you were like, you offered to take him out for drinks, and they were like, let's go! And you end up paying for like 3 different wolves' drinks that night.
Oof.
Speaking of actually, you need to pay back.
I ain't paying back for that shit. You need to talk to Flint with that.
That's true. Flint was with you guys on that job.
My God. Well, we have a job on our side.
Woohoo.
I don't really remember the village, but we basically need to go. I'm pretty sure Jasper knows the location, but I believe we need to go. Sorry, I'm remembering. I'm just remembering the undead thing. That
Tell you what.
I'm having a hard time. So sorry.
I will give you an investigation check to see how much you remembered from the meeting.
It doesn't help that I'm like still like tired of really waking up.
I know. I'm helping you out, Niku, and if you roll poorly, we can all laugh.
Fuck you. Anyway, investigation.
Investigation. Yep.
Well, fuck you. I got a crit now, you bitch.
They're not a crit now, you bitch. You remember everything. So you remember that the mission is in Greenvale, which is not too far away from the Otter Falls. It's a smaller town. It's not like this massive place, but it is, it's a town. You remember about that they seem to be dealing with an undead kind of issue. And that you need to get there fairly soon. It's pretty urgent. You also remember the fact that you would want to have things to do fire damage or radiant damage to be able to succeed in this mission.
Don't you have any fire bows that you can use?
Sorry, can you say that one more time? I'm just trying.
Do you have any fire bows that you can use?
Fire bows?
Yeah,
No.
do you have any fire arrows or a bow that shoots fire?
No, not really. The only one that I have that has like some kind of blast of some sort is this bow that I have, and it's the bow that I can do like the shotgun kind of thing. But that's it though.
Oh, for Radiant, we got the deer, man, so I guess it'll be okay, but we should still be prepared.
Yeah, I can dish out some fire.
Alright, that doesn't seem too bad. Anything else you guys did, or is that just about it?
It was oh my god. Sorry, I was actually almost about to sneeze for a second there. Jesus Christ. Oh Jesus. Oh my god, my nose. We got Jessica got a tarot reading of what we should be careful of, but we don't exactly know where it leads to. Someone that's innocent and naive or something, and then teamwork. He didn't know how to make sense of it. Much less us.
I don't know why, but I can imagine Lucid just. Oh shit! Shit!
Shit!
Shit! Are you serious? Fucking serious?
Yes, this is my
good.
teamwork. We're gonna
I
have
think
to
I know
work
what the
teamwork to succeed.
Thank
Yeah, I
God.
think I
Doesn't
know
it
the
suck
character.
having a divination person that can just see the issues already coming
My
up?
Yeah.
God.
Just like, yeah, I know exactly what
Fuck.
what they're trying to say.
Thank God. But
Speaks in fucking universal language. Person, like, you've got to be kidding me. This guy can read shit.
Lucid suddenly remembering that you were warned that his methods are something that gets people a bit concerned, and
You fucking know.
and this has been, and now you're just like, I fucking get it.
Wait, I wonder if I can get my own little tarot card reading. There's something I need to know. Something I very, very need to know. It's important.
Oh my god. But otherwise, other thing then, say he did suggest that you guys like get some items or something that would help you if you don't have the ability to do any kind of
like
fire.
fire radiant.
So might want to go to a magic shop or a potion shop, etc.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what would people like to do now?
I would like to go shopping for my date.
All right. So what would you like to do for your shopping?
I would like to go to a flower shop, a cheese shop, a wine shop, and a meat shop, and
Sorry, you're doing a charcuterie. Okay.
basically a grocer. Like all these different. Like I'm basically building a big picnic basket.
Okay. So I will tell you, you are very well aware of a shop for like food and whatnot. Because you've gone and gotten groceries before. The shop that you were going to go for is, I need to find it again. Oh, here we go. The Bluebird Wagon.
Okay.
So you go to the Bluebird Wagon. You see some familiar faces. You see Stella and Bryce. Stella is, as a reminder, is this very tall horse woman, and Bryce is a human male or a brethren male. And again, you just kind of see them working their wagon, making sure that they have fresh food and produce out. They do offer pretty much everything that you need, so you can easily get some cheese. Cheese will be about 5 silver pieces.
Okay, I need. So the main things I want to get are cheese, bread, apples, wine, and some not jerky. It's like charcuterie, like salami. That's what it is.
Mhm.
And
Let's see here.
5 silver for cheese. That better be like 10-year-old aged cheddar.
Oh no, that's like that is it's still good cheese, but it's not the noble cheese. The noble cheese is fucking 2 gold pieces.
Yeah, no, we're not going that far.
Yeah.
But, like,
But you can get some cheese for 5 silver pieces. You can get apples for 1 silver piece. The wine, on the other hand, let's see. I need to look up the prices of wine because they don't have it in the book here for their world, so I'm just going to use the standard wine in D&D.
Okay, so I've got 6 silver already.
Let's see here. Bottle of wine.
A decent vintage, preferably.
Okay. You wanting like a whole freaking bottle?
Yes.
Okay, so if we're going for like a whole bottle of wine, that tends to be like 10 gold pieces.
A regular bottle of wine?
Yes.
Okay, that's
So-
fine. 2 gold.
Yeah, so like you can get, well, fine wine would be 10 gold pieces. If you're wanting to get like just maybe not like a very fine wine, like you're just wanting like, you know, a lower quality wine.
Just something decent, nothing like super fancy, but
Okay.
nothing like cheap either.
Okay, so we'll go with like 5 gold then, so that it's not
Okay.
like the super expensive fine wine.
Okay.
Let's see here.
I'm going to need some glasses and a picnic basket and a blanket.
We'll say the remaining amount will equate to being like another silver in total for all of that you're wanting to add in.
Okay, so 7 silver and 5 gold.
Yep.
Okay, so that gives me that and that, and then I also need to go to the flower shop.
And then flower shop. God, I think there actually is a fucking flower shop here. Hold on. Wrong. I don't have anything for like a flower shop as like an immediate book thing. But we'll say that you're able to find a flower shop and you're able to get yourself like, are you just like getting like, what are you getting for like the flowers?
Just like a pretty basic wildflower bouquet.
Okay. So we'll go with like a cheap bouquet, or like cheaper bouquet. Not sure what to price for flowers. Give me a sense here.
Is he buying it from a shop or from like a little flower girl on the street?
I mean, I would imagine this would be closer to like. I'm gonna go probably closer to like just like a little flower girl kind of thing.
Well, little flower girl on the street is probably charging maybe a silver for a whole bouquet because she just went and picked them herself.
Yeah, and you're going with like wildflowers, so that made a lot of sense to me for like going for like a little flower girl. So yeah, like a silver piece then for that.
I'll give her 2.
Oh, look at you being all nice. She is very happy.
And then I also need to run by the armory person to pick up my my bracer.
Yep, and you're able to pick up like the fixed up chain as well for Noche if you want.
Yeah, I'll also go ahead and pick up the armor for Say.
Okay. So we'll make sure that you have that. He tells you that is indeed masterwork. This will be important for Noche. So Noche, are you listening?
Yes.
So, or sorry, for Noche, your chain, it looks amazing on it now. So once you get it, it's very nice. It's sturdy. It's going to fit your stone for Dia perfectly. Like it's very well done. Even though it's like using very cheap metal, it still looks really well done. So it functions perfectly for you. It's like, wow, he actually does really good work. This is going to be also important for Say. So again, Niku, are you listening here?
No. I'm joking.
Okay, so Niku, your armor looks far better now. Like he's made adjustments, he's tightened it, he's made better fittings. You do get some minor bonuses from having this armor now. So it's not magical armor, but you do end up getting slight bonuses. You get a +1 to acrobatic checks, and you get a +1 to stealth checks.
It doesn't upgrade my armor, or
Yeah, so your masterwork armor, you get slight bonuses to your stats. So with this new armor, you get a +1 to acrobatic checks, and you get a +1 to stealth checks.
how do I raise it? Or did it raise by itself?
You would just put it on and it would actually give you those stats. I can just add that to your character sheet if you wish.
Yeah, could you please? Like, I'm not.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
So yeah, you will get some slight bonuses, but I just wanted to make sure you knew that when like you're looking at your character sheet, you're like, well, why is it that these are higher now?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I will put in a modifier to adjust these, hopefully, if I can remember how to do this properly. I'll have to put in the modifier later. I don't want to spend forever on just putting in the modifiers, but we will remember that you get a +1 to acrobatics and a +1 to stealth checks. I will add that later as a direct modifier whenever you roll, as long as you have that armor equipped.
Question for you, Eric.
What is the question?
So, clerics and paladins can make holy water, right?
Yes, they can.
Would
Can
you
what?
allow them to use the same ritual to make holy ammunition? Same costs and everything.
Yes, as long as, like, I guess I'd have to think on this here because, like
maybe it would cause the ammunition to automatically be destroyed once
Mhm.
used, but
Yeah, I'm fine with that because, like, we can turn that into it. Yeah, I'm fine with that. So if you guys are wanting to talk with Jasper later, on like making some like holy water, or I guess technically you said a paladin as well can do it.
mhm.
Weirdly enough, that means Noche knows how to make holy water. As he's eating his
soup broth.
he's just eating his soup. And he's like, maybe I can make some holy water for this upcoming fight.
With this soup.
Yeah, because I was just thinking, if we can do that, then we could make a quiver full of blessed arrows for Stay,
Mhm.
which would be really effective.
And again, I'll put that out as well that you guys can buy some like magical equipment as well too. You do know of a little kobold that can like make you guys some magical stuff or sell some magical stuff.
Da, 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 da.
Actually, yeah, I have an idea for an item that might be useful. So a mace, like what I have, but I can set it on fire.
Again, you'll have to talk to him on seeing like what he can do or if he has any kind of stuff that he can already sell you, etc. But you'd have to talk with somebody on that.
Yeah, I would like to go talk to him about that. Because he's in the same workshop where I'm picking all this stuff up, right?
No, he is in a shop that's nearby. So when you're picking up the armor and the items and whatnot, it's very close to the House of Fineries.
Yeah, I might as well step in.
So okay, so you're going to go ahead and step into the House of Fineries.
Yeah.
as you kind of enter in, you see a familiar feline, Dalen. He's just running the shop front currently right now. Welcome, welcome. Anything that I can do for you, sir?
Yes. Can you upgrade this? And I just kind of like put my mace on the table, to basically ignite into flame.
Like the whole time you're trying to talk, though, in the background, there's just these very loud, like hammer sounds from the background constantly going on. He's working on his device again. What did you say again?
Can we upgrade this to basically set on fire whenever I need it to?
The hammering is so loud that this poor tiger is struggling to hear you, and he just shouts, "Karn, can you stop doing that?" And then you hear a sudden explosion in the background again.
Is he okay?
I do not understand this kobold a lot, and you just see this. You see this little kobold in heavy armor, like the same kind of armor that you see Noche wearing, but it's just even bulkier, and he's just covered in soot from his explosion. I was working on something. What happened? What's going on? I'm sorry. What?
Well, I'm glad to see you're okay following the explosion.
I had my shield. It was good.
I believe you. I was asking if we could get my mace upgraded to where it ignites with flame when I need it to. Either through a mechanical device or like an enchantment or something.
How much time do you need or have before you need it?
I need it by tomorrow morning. When are we leaving on this quest?
You probably will need to leave in the next couple of days, yes, so you don't have a ton of time for him to like craft you anything.
Next day. So by end of day tomorrow at the latest.
You see him just kind of rubbing his chin, trying to think it out. He's just like, I can't really do that. We might have some items though that you could buy, and just in the meantime, and then I could work on that later.
Okay, what do you got?
And so he just kind of scurries off. You just hear the clanging of his armor constantly as he's moving. You can tell Dalen is just tired of dealing with this very eager kobold. Dalen is already grabbing a couple of things as well. He does set out a dagger, or at least he calls it a dagger, but it's like the length of a freaking short sword instead.
Mm-hmm.
And then as you're kind of waiting, he's just like, "Oh, this is called the Dagger of the Ogre Mage. It was apparently found on an ogre that claimed he was a mage, and it was a dagger for his size. But if you end up putting spell scrolls into this, it'll allow you to cast different types of spells. So we could perhaps find someone to give you some fire spells, like even something as simple as a cantrip, and then you'd be able to cast it using this. And interestingly enough, if it's a spell scroll that is a low-level spell, the scroll will not be used in the casting of the spell.
Interesting.
Mm.
That's
but
amazing.
if it's a high-level spell, it won't work though. So, if you're wanting fire, we could definitely see if we could get someone with like a firebolt scroll, and then you'd have access to that using this dagger, as he kind of does in air quotes.
Interesting. That's a maybe. What else we got?
Karn ends up hurrying back, and he has two items in his hand. He sets out what looks to just be like a stick with like pointy ends to it, and it doesn't seem like it's really much of anything. It's like it just looks like a handle and nothing else. And then he also sets out this like incredibly colorful cloth in front of you, like it's just the colors of the rainbow.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
Karn is like very anxious about the one item. Like he's like, I kind of want to demonstrate it, but I don't want to demonstrate it. I kind of want to, and you're just kind of seeing the nervousness of it. And Dallas just sighs, grabs the other item, and then says, this one is the torchbearer." And he clicks a button on the bottom, and all of a sudden you see flames ignite, and you see that the flames kind of curl out, and it's a whip made of fire.
Ooh. Okay.
If you know somebody that actually knows how to use a whip, it will be useful, but you might burn yourself if you're not very well tasked at using one.
I'm liking this. What does the cloth do?
Card is way more excited about this one. Well, I made this one the other day. Now I call it a chroma cloth. And so he goes ahead and he explains with the cloth, if you can choose a color. So he just goes ahead and he chooses green, and all of a sudden the entire cloth changes to green. Now the cloth, if you wear it, you now resist poison now with this cloth. And then he takes off the cloth and he puts a little rock in it, and then he swings it around and uses it like a sling and swings a rock out. Dallin just like, don't demonstrate, and then you see a splat of poison on a wall, and it's just kind of like dissolving the wall a little bit. And he's like, and Karn just hurries over and is casting mending and trying to repair the damage.
Okay, I've got a question
Fucking
about
cool.
I got a question about this one. Will that work with any type of projectile?
It's mainly meant to be like a sling, so it only really holds like small rocks, but you can have the rocks now do fire, lightning, poison, cold is the way that I designed it.
What if someone were to wrap their fists in it?
If you're wearing it, it wouldn't allow you to do the damage, but you'd have resistance.
How much for both of those?
For both. Dallin kind of explains the whip itself would be about 300 gold pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And then Karn explains that the chroma cloth that he made, he would normally charge like 500, but he could go down to 450.
Okay. I can't afford to purchase these myself, but I do know people who would like them, so I'm going to go tell them about this. I don't know if they have the funds to purchase them, but I will let them know, and I very much like them. Very good work. Thank you for your time.
So yeah, Dallin says, well, hopefully you come back and bring us some business here. And if you do have any items that you would like to trade for any kind of magical items that you don't like, we could perhaps strike another deal. Karn is very happy to hear that you're complimenting his chroma cloth. Like, he's just really excited. And he's just like, anytime, I'm happy to make some other things for you.
I very much like that chroma cloth. I do. I just can't afford it right now, but maybe after this job. And I just wave and leave and head back to the cart to like drop off everyone's stuff and like take care of Hootie and play with her a bit before my date, and like get some lunch and shower and all that.
Sounds good. Now, out of curiosity, anyone else going back to the cart at any point in time with like the Delvers of Aaron?
Yes, I will, because I better get this freaking out of the way with a certain rabbit girl getting in my business. I'll get that out of the way.
So I'm gonna say that
I doubt that our cart's ready yet, so we're probably going back there to sleep.
yeah, you guys need another. You guys are going to be spending the night there again because your cart's still not quite ready.
Yay!
But I'm gonna say, in general, time-wise, do you imagine yourself like after you had found out about the mission, do you see yourself just going back to the cart right away, or did you want to do other things first?
Wait, are you asking me?
Yes, I'm asking you.
I think probably just go back to the cart because I mean, like, at best, Quillen probably would be at the tavern around nighttime because that's performance and shit. So yeah, I have no other reason to be out unless
So
anybody else
I'll
needs me.
definitely say that then you technically get back to the cart before Jasper does.
Mhm.
This is important. Anyone else that's going to be like going back to the cart right away with the Delvers of Erin or not?
Alessandro's gonna go shopping, make sure that we have supplies, so no.
Okay. All right. So then I will say that with this, then you are heading back to the cart. Noche, are you doing anything else, or are you just getting food and then heading back to the cart?
He stepped away for a second.
Got you. I will ask him again in a second then.
Correct.
So overall then, so while you're getting back to the cart here, Blue, can you go ahead and give me a perception check?
Okay.
Freaking natural 20, what the fuck? What's up with the 2 natural 20s in a row? I'm calling bullshit here. What are you guys doing?
Get it,
Sorry.
nerd.
I know.
God damn it.
We're serving you back your own BS.
I'm not doing that. Not on purpose.
Nestor begs to differ.
Mm-hmm.
So, when you go ahead and you get back, you are overhearing some stuff from the actual cart as you are coming back. You hear the following. You hear a softer voice, and you're like, that's Cadence that's talking. That's the wizard in their party, the Fox Girl.
Right.
And you kind of overhear her. Okay, Trey, you've been looking stressed all morning. Do you want to talk about it? Are you going to be listening into this whole conversation?
I kind of want to because I'm like, oh my god, why do he sounds like me?
Okay. So, all right, you're listening into the full conversation. Trey responds. Okay, so Jasper asked me if I wanted to go on a date. Cadence then responds immediately with, please tell me that you said yes. You two look so cute together. Trey responds, yeah, but I wasn't thinking, and it just sort of came out. I just feel so relaxed when I'm around him. I don't know. What do I even do? You hear Eloise's voice in her very sarcastic tone. Seriously? You've never even been on a date before? What's wrong with you? And he goes, Trey responds, okay, you didn't grow up in Erin like the rest of us. It's a very small community. Everyone felt more like family to me than anything else. I wasn't going on any dates with anyone. Eloise then responds, well, excuse me for growing up in the city. Ange responds then, that's the bear in the party. It's fine, Trey. I don't blame you for feeling that way. Everyone at home was like family to me as well. Cadence responds, is that why you fell for that beautiful paladin that passed through our town a couple of years ago? Ange coughs. This conversation is about Trey, not me. Why not? Trey, why not do what many people in town did on dates? Trey's thinking for a bit, and you hear him go, like, a walk through the woods, and he looks around, there's not a woods nearby. A wagon ride as you're like as he's standing in a wagon. I don't know. Does he even seem like the type to like those things? I barely know him.
Oh dear.
You hear a deep groan from Eloise.
Oh.
It's a first date. That's the point. Get to know each other. It's not complicated. Just take him to a cafe or something and talk.
That's my girl.
Cadence is just like, a cafe, Trey? No. He needs to just be himself. Like Trey, a cafe is not like something he tends to go to. And then Trey goes on. I don't know. I kind of didn't start off on the right foot to begin with. Like he confessed some feelings to me, and then I kind of panicked, and then I wrote him a stupid note. And I thought for sure that he wouldn't even want to talk to me after reading that, but then he did. Eloise, you hear a laugh from her. Smooth.
I'm a little jealous.
Oh my
Cadence, oh shush the both of you. Trey, he obviously likes you. How about this? You eat together. You ask him some questions. Just do something fun and personal. Something that's you. And like the conversation keeps going for a while, and like you eventually hear Eloise just say, well, we do need to do something about your clothes too. And Ange just goes, okay, please do not make me have to cast Calm Person on him. Look how nervous he's getting. And this conversation just keeps going.
It's not wrong. I mean, like, look at our dear man. I don't think he's in the right closing outfit either.
You're insulting.
I mean, I'm not wrong.
You're insulting Trey's fit. Like, I'm like, if you guys don't remember, I'm just gonna see if I can like pull up his freaking image again here. Hold on. Like, why is that not pulling up the proper thing here? I'm just pulling up his token over and over again. Jesus.
That's right, Lucid. Go all Alessandro on him.
For some odd reason, I don't seem to have his freaking character art at the ready here. This is annoying.
Oh boy.
Why do I
But I
not
don't
have his character art anymore? I
'Cause
must
I
have
low-key
accidentally
remember.
deleted it or something. Ugh, darn it. But like, yeah. So he has like that standard like commoner's clothing, but then he has like the armor on top of it. So yeah. But like, yeah, he just has normal clothing. It's nothing fancy or anything. So maybe that's what Eloise is getting at.
And our dear man isn't really good with his clothes either. So.
I've got robes and armor. I wear armor over my robes, but yeah.
You're not helping your case, honey.
Look, Jasper's more about function.
You're not helping your case.
Form.
Oh my god.
Your case.
He wasn't even thinking about that.
Exactly.
I'm enjoying this conversation. Ugh.
Like
Why
you're
not?
just eavesdropping.
Basically, I didn't even know that this was happening. And I thought I had my own shit to worry about. Oh no, this is priceless.
I mean, I'm sorry. Did you not realize, Lucid, that the world doesn't revolve just around you? Other people have lives and shit going on.
Oh, I know. That's what makes it so interesting. That's what makes it interesting.
King,
I do have
isn't
to go
Trey
down.
on the Delvers of Aaron cart image?
Yes, he is. Hold on. See if I can bring him up. Because, like, his character art, for some odd reason, I can't pull up his character art anymore.
Yeah, you just gotta move that.
Move this thing out of the way here. Put that onto my GM layer. So, yeah, he's the one in the doorway right now for the wagon.
Ooh.
Like, he's cute.
Yeah, I mean,
He's
like,
got those
his
puppy
clothing isn't
dog
that
eyes.
bad. Yeah, like his clothing isn't that bad.
It's
Like it's
very
cool.
utilitarian.
Yeah.
Got a cute half skirt there, though.
Yeah. Maybe they'll be okay.
It's just bugging
I
me that
hope.
I somehow deleted his artwork. Like, what did I do? When did I delete it? I probably deleted it when Roll20 was like, "You have too much artwork. You need to delete some." And I'm like, "Fine." And then I deleted some, and I didn't think about which ones I deleted. Oh. All right, but yeah. So you overhear that entire fucking conversation.
I mean, I could post his character art, but it would be along with his character sheet, so I'm not going to do that.
I'll post the character art here. I just zoomed in the fucking onto the fucking character sheet for his stats, and then there it's in the Discord chat.
Okay.
you go.
Okay.
That's his normal look. His normal fit is just that. He wears armor. He has some commoner clothes. He has like a little half cape thing that he has for his armor.
He's adorable.
He is adorable. I like him.
Yeah.
Makes you want to pat him
Obviously,
on
our
the head.
cleric likes him too.
You can still
So.
work with it.
Yes, very much
Maybe a little
so.
sprucing up a bit, but that's not that bad.
What the fuck?
we're being very gay right now. We're just talking about how cute a boy is. Like, you know.
Oh my god, Blue, you're such a nerd.
What? What
I looked at
did
your
I do?
DM.
Oh, shut up! Leave me alone! You're telling me how to work for it, and I'm like, damn, he's really.
I mean, you know what? I could just go ahead and post your fit too, Blue, if you really want now.
Please
Like,
do. since
Yeah, because
it's such a
because like technically everybody except for Jasper has seen your fit now. Because no
Wait,
just ran
Really?
past you.
Wait, Niku said
No.
Yeah, Niku, you were talking to
didn't.
Niku at the
it?
fucking.
To me!
Well,
You two
Post it, post it, post it.
Give me a second. I need to save the
God.
fucking thing. So he was just
God,
like,
dude.
I want this outfit now. I want to have this same exact outfit as this person. So there you go.
don't judge me, please!
You're an edgy boy.
I was
But I can
I need something like it, something that's casual. It would
let
work
me
well for me.
finish. Let me finish. You're an edgy boy, but I can respect it because Tokoyami is awesome.
I love him. He's my
I'm still
favorite.
judging
but, like,
you that you
like,
picked the My Hero character.
And
well,
it also kinda
leave me
goes with the
alone. I
whole
was trying to figure out like some.
Shadow
Well,
Ninja
'cause
vibe
he has to
thing.
keep- He had to keep the cape because Eloise made that.
Oh.
So like I was just trying to think like, okay, how can as well as keeping the cape because Jesus, that cape my ass.
Oh.
So I was just trying to think.
I am
you're
so gonna get.
Mm,
I am so gonna get a like. Crow-shaped hood for him.
Oh god.
Anyway, moving on.
Yep, moving on. So you ended up hearing that whole conversation. Are you doing anything besides just keeping your ear tight to the fucking wagon as you overhear their entire conversation?
Like I said, I don't have anything to do until it hits like night. So like, yeah, I'm basically good. I'm
Okay,
just here.
You're just spying on them instead of actually
this
walking in.
point.
Interesting. All right. So eventually, I'm gonna say, Noche, you were just planning on getting back eventually, right?
Pretty much.
Okay. I'm gonna say that you come back before Jasper does. I'm imagining like you still have like half a bowl of soup or something. Somehow you got another bowl of soup. And
Mhm.
you're just walking back. And yeah, you just see a certain raccoon with his ear pressed up against the wagon.
Noche just walks up behind him. Kind of like not even picking up the context of what he's doing. And just shouts, "Hi, Lucid!"
Hey, Say. Hey, Dolce.
Ah, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm gonna play along with that shit. I don't care.
What are you doing?
But no, he probably would freak out a bit. Why you going quiet?
He slurps like a spoonful of soup.
Just gotten very quiet now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting inside the wagon.
Why are we whispering loudly?
Because I don't want to interfere with their conversation.
Whose conversation? He like Noche like tries to like look through the crack as he like pushes you lightly.
It's like, Musa just kind of grabbed Note a little bit, just. Jasper has a date with Trey. He's very, very nervous. I wanted to listen in on the conversation, so at least I can give that dear man a little bit of advice saying, hey, don't push too hard, and he's in. So it's good to get a little understanding of what the situation.
Noche turns to you and just blinks. Isn't that meddling?
It depends on how you use it. Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to use it to be mean. It's just more along the lines of just to explain to Jasper, like, hey, just do your best. Don't go too hard on him.
Noche crosses his arms and thinks, I don't know. If they really do like each other, I feel like it should just happen naturally.
Of
If it
course.
doesn't happen, maybe
Yeah.
it doesn't.
Of course.
And
So-
obviously, Noche is like speaking from like his one-sided feelings, but he's obviously not making it like known.
Can
when
I
it
do
comes
an
to things like that.
insight? Can I do an insight?
Do an insight check, sure.
I would like to do an insight.
And yeah, do an insight check. I guess technically you're trying not to make it notice, so you have to do a deception check versus his insight then. So deception check,
Damn.
Noche.
Okay.
Hmm.
Come on. Don't be slow today. Come on, not today.
Not
I'm
today.
using Firefox today.
I'm using Firefox.
Crazy. Damn.
Bold face, yeah. Can't even see through like your own feelings on this. Like it's just, this little kobold seems to have a bunch of wisdom about him.
I guess that makes sense. Fair enough.
Very wise for his old age as a kobold.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna clarify this. Noche is actually very old for a kobold.
Wait. So is it kind of like he's young to us, but like in naturality he's actually old? Situation.
Most kobolds don't live very long.
Oh,
About
Damn, I
to
didn't know
say,
that.
like, he acts very young, but also I'm the person in the party he spends the most time with, so.
He's just a bubbly guy.
He's just a bubbly guy.
yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Fair enough.
Well, if you're going to help, he does the air quotations. Make sure you be mindful of both those feelings. You never know, you can mess up.
Of course. Though, if he ever talks shit about my relationship with, break him in. I will not
talk a giggle.
I will
Yes.
literally break him in half.
You come up to, like, his knee.
You make it feel like that's an issue. The fact that you're tall means I just have to punch you in the. Don't even try to make it be like I'm a tall
I'm sorry,
man.
I've been the biggest killer in the groups, and I'm literally shorter than everybody.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is very true.
So height means nothing.
Damn.
Fair
All right.
enough. But it's
So-
kind of funny.
So moving forward, eventually everybody does arrive at the cart and everything. You're spending some time with Hootie, Jasper. Trey is nowhere to be seen right now. Like he's just kind of like he came back and he's like, I have errands that I need to do, and he leaves. But like, there's definitely some glances. Like I'm gonna just say this, Jasper, your passive perception. There's like these like occasional glances from Eloise and Cadence, and just shoving them away every once in a while.
Oh my god.
the drama, right? They just got to do that.
Low key looks too.
Like with your guys' conversations with them, you guys do know that all of them have like grown up together except for Eloise. Eloise joined kind of lived in Aaron for a while, but not for very long. And she ended up joining into their group just because she was in the town at the time. But yeah, like Ange, Cadence, Trey, they grew up together as kids, so they've been very close for a long time. But yeah, so just something that you get kind of a perspective on them, since you guys have talked and got to know them a little bit throughout the time that you've spent with them. Otherwise, outside of that, anything else that people were wanting to do before we get into the whole fucking date scene here that I gotta do now?
Dang.
I'm going to hand off the items to everyone that belongs to them, and then I'm going to mention to Alessandro and Lucid that there are some items that they and Say, because I don't know if Say would be interested in any of those items at the shop that I was at, the that had the chroma cloth and the flaming whip.
Okay. You guys are
maybe.
informed of the magic items that you could get. We could do that scene if you guys want to go over there and buy shit before we get to the whole date stuff. It's up to you.
Sure.
I mean, I gotta
no
speak
trail
to
on.
Jasper before he leaves,
Oh?
so like, I have to say something to him.
Okay.
I hope it goes well. And don't-
Alessandro wants to kidnap me? Hello, did I hear that right?
Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
Thank you. And Jasper's just kind of like, what is he talking about? Does he know? Does he know that I have a date?
And you know what? I'm just gonna look at Jasper in a way that he's like, he knows.
Can I throw a shield boomerang on
It's just-
Lucid?
here's the thing. I'm not even being mean. I'm just actually being genuine. Just saying, like,
You're not being
It goes well.
discreet. It's the issue.
I will. You know what? I will allow you to throw something at him, just not the shield.
Can I do?
That's gonna
Can I
really
do the
fucking
missile
hurt.
thingy? The catching the missile thing.
I mean, sure. I'll allow it. Like, what's
what
something
do I-
else that you'll throw at him besides your shield?
Some candles.
Here, I have an idea. I want to bend the spoon that I'm using for my soup bowl and throw it like a boomerang.
Oh my god. Okay, fine.
Will I be able to catch that?
So give me a 1d20 and we'll add your strength modifier, I guess.
Me or
No,
okay.
no Che on this, so
Oh,
go ahead.
shit.
And,
So 1d20.
yeah, just roll a 1d20, a 3. Okay.
Wow.
So you're not used to throwing this spoon at him, so his like AC is too high. So like you go ahead and throw. Jasper, you see like a bent spoon suddenly whisk over Lucid's head, and then you hear the clang of the spoon hit the wall behind you guys.
Okay, what is going on, you two?
I wish I knew. Anyways,
Clearly.
walks away. It's like I wish I knew. Walks away.
Jasper's gonna look around for some candles.
Oh, all right. I mean, you should actually have some candles in your adventuring gear pack. It's just kind of a common thing that like a lot of adventurers have. So I'll just say you have some candles.
Okay. That works.
But yeah, so you have some candles. But otherwise, yeah. So we'll say the rest of you, Alessandro is basically at this point just like, all right, you kids, let's go, and he's just kidnapping Alessandro.
Damn.
And
Good grief.
who else are you kidnapping, Alessandro? You're kidnapping Noche, and who else?
Jasper's directing Say to go there, so I'm assuming Say's gonna be like, okay, sure, I'll check it out. But
Okay.
Oh, I thought he meant for me to go because it was.
I did. I mentioned both of you.
Oh,
and he
okay.
directed you. He didn't
But
say
I'm not
anything to
sure which
Noche.
one of you could make better use of it.
So I was grabbing Noche and being like, why don't you come along too?
Sure. Where are we going? As I'm like finishing the last bit of mess food.
Shopping!
Oh,
oh dear.
okay.
Do I have to go?
Yes.
Fine. Very well.
How else do you better bond than going shopping with?
Oh! I'm gonna hate this. But I have to remind you since it is technically a new day.
Uh-huh.
What is my blessing? Because I kind of low key.
Oh, that's right. You do have your blessing, and we didn't roll for it yet today.
Yeah, because I know like I was safe the last day.
Okay, and now I need to pull up my chart.
Again.
Yeah, I have to find it again every time because I always forget that I have to do this like every single fucking day with him.
But I'll fail.
You did it to yourself.
All right, hold on. So his one, I rolled a 64. What did I put for 64? Oh, fun.
Oh God.
There's been like a small fog following you all day. So like fog as in like a mist. So like you walk everywhere you go, it's like there's like a cloud following you.
Lovely. Oh yeah, that was so fun.
Point we basically just kind of learned to ignore these little oddities that follow you around.
I was like, what is
Which
this?
Unless it's something like really crazy.
This one's like one of the minor ones I have. Like
Which
My
I'm kind
God.
of glad. I still remember the horns and the other stuff.
the horns, the tramp stamp, the
The mood ring.
mood ring fur,
That one was fun.
the illusionary butterfly.
You're like a kaleidoscope.
The shadow one that I never even knew.
Oh yeah, that one was fun.
Noche made a friend with your shadow, yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Good times, good times.
Yeah, Alessandro got a blessing the correct way from this god.
Yay.
Anyway, so you guys go ahead and you go to the magic shop. So you enter in. You're hearing this same like banging noise that I had mentioned earlier. So like Dallon's just kind of rubbing his temples as you guys just hear this like slamming hammer noise in the back of the wagon again. As you're like as you're walking in. Hi, what can I help you all with?
One of our friends showed up here a few while ago. Deer Man looks kind of part dragon-ish or something.
Hold on. And he goes back to the space where Karn is working and gently knocks this time so that he doesn't blow up the wagon again. There is no explosion this time. You just see that like they both walk out and like you see Karn again wearing his heavy armor. Oh, you're Jasper's friends. I remember you. And he ends up saying like I remember you in Draconic to you, Noche, so that like you guys just hear like the Draconic talk, but Noche actually hears the I remember you statement.
Oh,
Because yeah, he was talking to you in Draconic last time. And
Mhm.
again, remember his Draconic sounds a little bit off, like he just has like a weird accent.
he's Latino. No, I'm joking.
If you guys are trying to remember, you can give a investigation check on what is weird about Karn, because there have been things that have been stated about Karn in the past. If you're not sure you remember,
I do not remember, to be honest. It's been a while.
feel free to go roll an investigation check.
Hi, hi, hi.
So Lucid remembers some of the stories that have been said by Dalen. Noche, you just remember him in general. It's just seems like a very nice kobold, little eccentric, but seems really nice. A little shy. You remember one thing in particular, that he was like terrified of like the stone that Jasper wanted him to look at when you guys were trying to figure out more about the stones. And you remember that specifically because you're like, well, now I have one. Oh no.
Yeah, I remember that part.
Lucid, you remember in particular that like Dallin ended up telling you guys like they just kind of found him in a crater on the pathway at one point, and then he's just been talking gibberish about like the things that he has done and places that he has been, and nobody seems to believe him whatsoever. Like one statement in particular, remember, is that he punched a demigod in the face, and
Which I thought
everybody
was
does
cool.
not believe him on that.
I think
or
that's
not
cool.
punched him in the face, but just punched through them. He said so, but no one believes him.
Hmm. Ooh. Okay.
I see you know the others. Hello, I'm Alessandro. And he offers his hand.
Dallin shakes your hand with no delay and welcome you to his shop and introducing himself as Dallin, owner of this shop. And then Karn is a little bit more like skittish at first, but eventually shakes your hand. It's just like, and my name's Karn. I've been here for a little while. I'm helping out.
Pleasure to meet ya.
But you guys are here for items.
Yes.
Yes.
Jasper
Yeah.
told us some stuff.
So Karn like scurries off right away. You hear the clanging of his armor because he had put the chroma cloth away. But Dallin takes out the whip, and he goes ahead and he shows it to you guys. He presses the button. You see this long flame produce out of it, and it creates like an actual whip made out of fire. So yeah, he explains how it functions. That it gives off a lot of light. Seems like it just works like any kind of whip in general, but it'll just do fire damage instead.
Now that I'm interested in.
As I told Jasper for this one, the price of this fine magical item would be around 300 gold pieces.
Around.
We
Any
could
chance of going down a little?
perhaps, or if you have items to trade, we could also lower the price.
Oh no, I've been letting them collect all the little bits and bobs up till now.
But I will go ahead and I'll give you a chance to persuade for like a discount, or like try to convince him of some sort of way to like give you a little bit lower price because you'll be a new customer, eager to buy new things, etc. Whatever.
I mean, surely this fantastic shop and amazing workmanship would call for a new customer to get a little bit of a discount to get in that hook.
Like Karn's eyes are like you guys know how like Noche gets with like the eyes getting like very big and excited. Like that's what's going on with Karn right now. Your shop's amazing. It's not your shop. Give me a persuasion check. 15.
Nice.
Wow, I rolled really low.
Yeah, you did, because you have a plus 11 to your fucking persuasion, you goddamn expertise person.
My God.
So you rolled a 4, but you got a 15. So he will give you a slight discount. So you can get it for 280 gold pieces.
Good, that way I'll have a little bit left.
Not me, unfortunately. Those goggles cost
So-
300.
So yeah, you can spend your 200. You can spend 280 gold pieces, and he'll give you the whip. For simplicity's sake, I'm just going to give you the card that is the item here, so you have access to it. I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
Jeopardy music in the background.
Here's your magic whip.
Rose whip.
God, I'm thinking of Yu-Gi-Oh with the whip thing from the Harpy Ladies.
I mean, don't tempt me to give him a rose whip. That's actually kind of tempting.
It literally fits him.
It's
Uh-huh.
really good.
Oh, we can go Yu Yu Hakusho, yeah.
I'd use the shit out of that.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. The bow that does the shotgun thing, I kind of took that inspiration from Yu Yu Hakusho. I'm sorry.
You don't say.
What?
Nerd.
What?
Nerd.
And you were on my
behind.
Well, because Yu Yu Hakusho is a fucking classic, man. Like,
It
Oh,
is.
no, no,
They're
no.
remake, right?
I heard that they are gonna remake it, but we'll see.
Your G.
All right,
later.
but
I'll
then
mess it up.
otherwise, yep, he'll go ahead and he'll show you guys the chroma cloth again. So he goes ahead and he tells you he's about to demonstrate it, but the cloth is only green and he can't seem to change it to a different color this time around. But he declares over and over again. Karn says, like, I mean, you can change it like once a day, and then it'll change to different colors and then it'll do different damage. And he tries to demonstrate the sling action, but Dallin is stopping him immediately this time. So if you swing and you throw a rock with this as a sling, the rock will do different elemental damage types. And Karn will go ahead and he'll explain, like, red will make it fire, yellow will make it lightning, green will make it poison, blue will make it cold.
Oh.
But then he
And-
also explains, like, if you choose a color and you wrap it around yourself, you'll have resistance to that damage as well.
Would it be effective with fists?
He explains that it doesn't really add for, like, damage with your punches or anything, but it would give you the resistances. He only designed it to work as a sling.
I
So I
you
can't
can
use
that
my-
instead of your darts, though, right?
He
But
could
I-
he could use the sling to, like, throw the darts. Technically, yes, I would allow that.
I kind of would like it. The most lowest voice ever. Just I kind of.
Okay. So again, the price that I put for that one was, I said 500 gold pieces last time.
You said 5.
Yeah, so 500 gold pieces for the chroma cloth. So you guys would have to combine your amounts if you want.
Wait, but don't we still have money left on the voucher?
No.
The voucher you can only use for the wagon, and I think Alessandra used the
Yeah,
texture
I
for the
was
wagon.
wondering if
So the reward voucher, which I haven't handed back to anybody, has a little bit of money left on it. If you want to ask for that. How much do you have on you?
299 gold pieces.
Now, Karn did say privately to Jasper that he could go lower, so I'd allow you to do the same persuasion check again, if you would like, on Karn this time, because this is Karn's item specifically.
Oh, we could. Is there any way to get a discount?
Like, again, you can try a persuasion check if you want, Lucid. It's up to you. So persuasion to see if you can get him if you would like to do it. What is wrong with you guys in getting these high numbers? What the fuck?
Pretty please.
Well, I can go down to 450.
Would that be accessible for you, Alessandra?
Very well. You're going to have to pitch in pretty much all of your money.
Okay. I take in 290. I give 299 gold pieces to Alessandra when I bought it.
I
You
hand
sound
over
so
the-
guilty.
I hand over the voucher for the remaining amount that's on it, which is 150, and then Alessandro will reach into his own purse and pull out a single gold piece and put it on the table.
So Karn goes ahead and he hands off the item to you. It's like, awesome! I can use this for my funds to get back home. And he's like hurrying back off again and setting like his funds away now. And then like
Where's the
Dallin
def-
just kind of shakes his head.
Was there anything else?
Those were the items that he suggested, but I do see a gentleman there with a bow. Perhaps I can interest you in these. And he sets out a couple of arrows. You notice that the arrows have a different type of arrowhead. Arrowhead, say if you want, I would allow you to do an Arcana check to see if you know what these arrows are.
Sorry. Fucking hell. I fucking sneeze as soon as you say that. Fuck. Arcana, you said?
Yep, Arcana. If you think you've seen these, see if you've seen these before.
Yeah,
You
roll,
have
roll.
no idea what you're looking at. He explained. So, like, you look at the arrowheads, and they're very weird. Like, you know how an arrowhead's just a solid piece of metal.
Yeah.
These arrowheads seem to be like wire that moves around to a point, and then it's hollow on the inside, and you're kind of confused about that because that's like not the type of arrows you've ever used before. Dallin goes ahead and explains that these are fire arrows. So you can actually shoot off this arrow. It'll be a one-time thing, and it works as like it ignites and then it's creates a bit of fire on impact.
Fear. Okay.
But each arrow would end up costing a total of, let me double check what I had for the price. 30 gold for just one arrow.
30 for
That's
one?
one-
What the f-
30 for one arrow, yes.
30 gold pieces?
30 gold pieces for one arrow.
I mean, the blessed arrows would be 25 each, so
If you're wondering on the damage, I can tell you the damage would be 2d4 fire damage on impact. It also will deal your normal weapon damage on top of that. So you have a normal attack with your arrow, but then it does an additional 2d4 for that one strike, but then the arrow is gone after that. Because it burns up, surprisingly. But it is an option for you to do some fire damage if you truly wish.
I can't afford much if I want to.
Hey, even having one arrow, two arrows would come in clutch in certain situations. Having different elemental damage types is very useful. The fact that now, basically here with Lucid can use this sling to give himself a resistance, so he'll take half damage from that element type, or he can do different element types. Like now he's like, oh, I could do fire damage on these things coming up. He'll do more damage now with that attack because he knows it's vulnerable to fire.
I'll just get.
If you guys are knowing something's vulnerable, he'll do a lot more damage.
I'll just get 3.
You'll get 3.
Yeah.
So he goes ahead and he'll sell you 3 of the arrows. And again, that's going to be, as I said before, 30 gold each. So that's 90 gold that you'll have to erase from your inventory.
Yeah, I get it.
All right. So yeah, so now you have some fire arrows. Oh. And then they
whoops.
look at
Sorry.
the they do look towards Noche again because Karn arrives back. Is there anything that we could do for you still? Karn's just kind of looking at your shield. It's just like
Eric, wasn't there something else that you had last time?
there is, but those were the 2 items that he ended up mentioning.
But wasn't there something else that you had last time?
You're talking about the dagger?
Yeah.
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 They'll go like Jasper didn't mention that, but they'll bring it up again if you want.
Yeah.
So they go ahead and they mention this is the dagger of the ogre mage. So it's a dagger, but it's actually a short sword. So it's a short sword. They go ahead and say that it is a magical short sword. It ends up having an opening, so they show the opening on it. So if you open up the bottom of the hilt of the sword, and there's like a little compartment that you can store scrolls in. They state that it looks like you can store up to about 3 different scrolls in there. And if you're casting a cantrip from a cantrip scroll, the scroll will not get destroyed and it'll stay in there. So you can cast any kind of cantrip spell scroll. Now, they don't have any scrolls that they could just give you, but they're willing to sell some.
I'm kind of curious.
So if we loaded it with, say, Firebolts and Word of Radiance, whoever's holding it could use those cantrips.
Yes.
Would it be using their spellcasting ability?
So it specifies here on what I have written down if you don't have a spell casting modifier. So if you do have a spell casting modifier, it does use yours. If you don't have a spell casting modifier, it uses intelligence. But since Lucid is, since Noche is a paladin, his spellcasting modifier is his charisma. So he'd be using his charisma modifier for any of the cantrips.
Technically, we're all spellcasters, Dan.
Technically, yes, you guys are all spellcasters.
Pretty much at this point.
But yes, so you could put cantrip scrolls in there. And, but like you'd have to buy the cantrip scrolls and put them in because they don't have any in there.
Or get the materials, and those of us who can cast the spells can make them for you.
I just realized if you guys get this, I just gave him something really powerful. God damn it.
Does he? Do you sell the dagger or?
So they're willing to sell the dagger. They do specify that this dagger is quite expensive, though, because again. So the way that I have it set up, so I've created my own prices so that it's not unbelievably expensive. I'm being very clear here. Normal D&D 5e, the prices for magic items are absolutely ridiculous. The price that I'm giving you guys is actually really good for this in general. It's about 500 gold pieces for this one as well.
Damn.
Yeah, but normally this would be like over 1,000 gold pieces normally.
Damn.
So I'm just being
being nice to us.
I am being nice to you guys using a different rule set that I've made up to make magic items more fucking affordable. I'm being very clear here, like the arrows of fire, I'm kind of stealing them from like an alchemist fire. And an alchemist fire is like originally it was like 50 gold pieces to do 1d4 fire damage.
What the fuck?
Exactly. Like again, I'm telling you guys, I'm being generous here. Now, if you guys want, and he does specify this, you guys could trade a magic item, and then that could lower the price as well. So if you have any magic items that you want to trade in and that you don't really use or you don't think that you'll use, you guys could get a lower price on it.
I don't really have an additional magic item that I can afford to get rid of.
Because you already have a short sword that allows you to cast mirror image on yourself.
Keeping that one, that's neat.
Yeah, then you have your boomerang shield.
No one's touching my sword and shield. Absolutely not.
So basically, this would just be an alternative sword that you could utilize. So you're not really wanting to trade those.
Yeah. No. Still have my ink sack.
Ink sack is not worth a lot. You're like, I still have my ink sack. It's dried out. It is so dried out.
It has a funny texture. That's why I keep it. It's like slime Play-Doh.
It's like Play-Doh. Oh my god. I'm trying to think of what else. I'm looking at your character sheet. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna take a look and see.
Oh, we have the bullet casing.
You do have a stone of good luck. Simpson's like, you are not fucking trading.
Yeah.
I would murder whoever tried to give that away.
You have the Clockwork Watch. That's another one that you could end up selling. Because that's also magical.
Let's see how much, what does it do?
The Clockwork Watch basically allows you to, for like once a day, you can just say, I'm not rolling a die. I'm just going to say I rolled 10. That's all it does.
Oh, no. I actually want to keep that. You know, I think I'll live without the dagger, to be honest.
Okay.
I feel pretty strong as it is. It just needs like an alternative.
How much was it?
It's 500 gold pieces for the Dagger of the Ogre Mage.
You don't have enough?
No, I'm at 488 gold pieces.
So fucking close, actually, to being able to afford it.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, again, you could try to do some more persuading if you guys really want.
Persuade. I mean, if you get that dagger, then that means I can get my dagger back.
It's just a lot of money for a thing that I don't know. I feel like I'm
Okay,
not trying
I'm
to.
gonna-
It sounds
I'm gonna
strong, but
tell
I feel
you
it's
how-
obsolete.
So I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. It's a +1 sword. So it's the same as what you have for a +1 sword. Yours currently has charges in it. So you spend the charges to be able to cast mirror image. But you can only cast like a full mirror image once. Otherwise, you're making like just one duplicate or two duplicates of yourself. So you have a very limited pool of what this does. This dagger, on the other hand, it can hold 3 cantrips in it. So you now would have access to 3 different cantrips that you could utilize. And again, you are able to cast like Firebolt. So you'd have access to like a long range fire spell attack that you don't currently have access to. I'm going to hate myself for saying this. If you could find a scroll of Booming Blade, I would hate myself immediately.
Nice.
So Booming Blade is basically you do thunder damage when you strike with your sword, and then if they leave from your space, they take even more damage.
It's
It's like the best melee like cantrip out there for a
It's-
sword wielder.
best for a blade singer because they can use it as part of their attack action.
Yeah.
Everyone else, it burns your entire action to use the one attack.
Yep. So you'd only get your one attack, you wouldn't get your extra attack anymore with it, which kind of sucks.
Mm.
But like there's so many like the range of different cantrips that you get are immense, and if you just want to even buy other cantrips, you can switch this out for like multiple different spells because the scrolls aren't destroyed after using them. Normally scrolls get destroyed.
So yeah, basically we could find a bunch of useful cantrip scrolls, and you just keep them in your pack, and then we find out, oh, we're going to an area, and they're going to be weak to cold. Okay, pull out the Firebolt scroll, stick in the Ray of Frost scroll, now I can do ice damage whenever I need to.
Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
like there's so many different scrolls that you can put in there and that you have access to. It's also like it just says up to 3 cantrip spell scrolls. So you actually have access to other spells besides just freaking attack spells.
Mhm.
So like, oh, you want mage hand so you can summon a ghost hand to like pick up something from a distance away from you. You can technically do that now with this.
Mhm.
So you
Okay.
get like I point my dagger or I point my short sword at a crack in the wall and I cast mending and I fix the wall with my sword.
Yep. We could load prestidigitation in there, and you could do all the wackadoodle stuff that the other people do with that.
You know
Yeah.
what? I want to try to haggle.
Okay, you can give me a persuasion check and see what you can get.
Okay. See. Let's see if I can pull like the Cobalt charm. Oh geez.
See, what is wrong with you guys? Oh my
Wow.
god. So I will say that you are able to get it for again. He drops the price from the 500 to 450, and he will also go ahead and he'll throw in one spell that Karn knows. Karn can go ahead and make you a spell scroll to add in there.
I will take it.
Okay. Now Karn will throw in one. I need to pull up his fucking character sheet, so this will take me a moment because his character sheet is on a different thing in Roll20 on a different thing. So I gotta find his freaking spells again. Hold on. This will take me a moment.
Oh, my saving.
So Karn only knows a handful of cantrips, but he is willing to give you a spell scroll with his cantrips.
Okay, okay.
But I'll let you choose one. Firebolt is one of them, so you can just take that right away if you want. But he knows Firebolt, Mage Hand, Guidance, and Shape Water.
I need a description for each.
So Firebolt is you just shoot off a little bit of fire damage. It's 1d10 fire damage. It's ranged, pretty far distance.
Well, at our level, it would
Hand
do 2d10.
I'm sorry.
At our level, it would do 2d10.
Yes. Mage Hand, it's just you can pick up objects away from you and pick them back up. and move them. They're very small objects, though. You can't pick up like an entire like door or something. Guidance, you basically do what our cleric does when he's reminded that he's a cleric every time he does a skill check.
I can imagine that.
Text today.
And then shape water is when you can actually like you can just manipulate water and move it to different areas. You can freeze the water. You can turn the ice into water again. It's limited in what it can do, but it is useful.
How much water can I turn to ice? Like, how much water are we talking here?
Shape water is a 5-foot cube of water.
It can't be used to attack. Just
It
making
cannot
that
be
clear.
used to attack.
Mhm.
But I mean, I did crazy stuff with shape water in the campaign where I was playing as Karn. So yes, I'm inserting a past character I've played as in this campaign.
No, you're good. I'm deciding between Fireball and Shape Water, to be honest.
Firebolt will be more useful in this fight that's coming up.
Hey,
However, you
yeah.
do have
Firebolt.
However, you
Hmm?
do actually have a fire spell already. You have your flames. You have your searing smite spell that you
Yeah, but
already
that-
know.
But that's limited, and you have to
And-
get close to do it. I take the Firebolt.
I would take Shape Water because Alessandro can make the Firebolt one for you.
So yeah, so
Oh,
you could.
perfect.
Yeah, Alessandro knows firebolt, so he could actually make it for you if you want.
Period. All right, Shape Water it is, and I guess Firebolt later.
All right.
Yep.
So yeah,
then-
so
And then you can talk Jasper into making you a guidance one later.
Oh, I'm gonna be broke.
I also have shape water, by the way. Just so y'all know.
Oh, okay.
So wait, can I only get one of each of my teammates' spells, or?
like
No.
they can make you spell scrolls.
You can only
that's
fit
fine.
3 in the sword. So you have to choose which 3 you have loaded at a time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you guys want, then the only other cantrips that Karn knows that you guys don't would be Mage Hand.
And what's Mage Hand?
It's that you can like manipulate things with a ghost hand a distance away. So like, there's this door, but it feels like there's a trap there. I'm just gonna move the ghost hand over there, and oh god, the trap went off, but the ghost hand dies.
But shit.
That's fine.
That's kind of neat. I'll do that.
I'm stuck in a location where there's these bars in the way, but I need to pull this lever that's on the opposite side of the bars. I'm going to cast Mage Hand, and then the hand will pull the lever for me.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I can give you Mage Hand if you want instead.
Yes, please. And
Okay.
I'll get Shape Water guidance and Firebolt later.
All right, there you go. So yep, you now have a dagger of the ogre mage. I will have to send this to you in a second here. Hold
Oh.
on.
Do.
Sin ended up messaging me here as well.
My wallet hurt.
Perhaps no chase in the back a bit. So since you got a new dagger,
I
can
love
get
I
my
love that
old one
statement
back?
from you, Sinson. Pull the damn ogre mage dagger out. Is the message from Sin.
My God.
Are you talking about the one
This
that?
is a private message he sent me when I was like, yeah, they like you guys aren't asking about other things. These are the things that Jasper mentioned. He's like, pull out the damn dagger.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
This is just Sin
And he's like, well,
messaging
Jasper
private.
didn't seem interested in it. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
I said Jasper mentioned it. I was hoping that somebody else be like, do you guys have anything else? And it's like, just keep
I
going.
did ask if you have anything else, and you were just like, oh, I have some arrows.
Well, the arrows
Do you have anything else? Well, not that Jasper was interested in. Pull it the fuck out.
Oh my god. So here is the dagger of the ogre mage for like I put in the Discord chat, so you guys have the full description. It is a +1 weapon, and then yeah, you can put 3 spell scrolls in there that are cantrip spells. I love how it's a dagger for an ogre, but it's actually all right.
Perhaps no chain in the
It's a
back.
large size
Can I
dagger.
have the other one back, please? Since you got a new one. Pretty please.
The
The mirror, like the
Mirror image
weird like mirror short sword that allows you to cast mirror image.
Hmm.
You did say you'd give it back.
I did say I would give it back. But it's a rare opportunity. I don't get to blackmail this boy.
Wow,
give it
how would your honor and glory?
Easy, by preserving your honor and glory. I'm helping.
Yeah,
Be a
but I'm
better
not under
person.
oath. There's a difference. I'm not
Yes.
under oath.
But I'm making you under my oath.
Mhm.
I will give you back this dagger and promise.
If I promise.
So you do your best to get along.
If you don't slap me anymore when you do the hand thing,
I can't promise that.
I mean, I can't promise that
That's how
either.
we
I mean,
bond. That's how we bond.
no, that is not. No,
Yes,
that's
it is.
not. You know it.
So do you want this dagger back or not?
I like
I'm
Split more than
kinda
I like
jealous I
other
have that
stuff.
many land hands.
Oh god. I have a weird headcanon that Dai like taught him lay on hands, and this is just what like happened along the way.
Oh, it's the only way I can, to be honest. If I don't use extreme force, it doesn't work.
I call bull. I call BS to that. I don't
God.
believe you.
No, I promise.
Do you
Oh my
put your glory on
god.
that promise?
Dai
I
tried to
swear
teach
on my
him
oath.
Do you swear on your pendant's oath?
Yes. Do you want to test it out again? Holds the dagger in my hand. Well,
Fine.
all right. Opens your palm and hands you back the dagger. Thank you so much for helping me out.
It's a short sword, but
Well, it's a dagger for my size. Jeez, leave me alone.
all right. So otherwise, then we do need to finish up the last scene here because I know that Jasper needs to get going here, or I should say, Lance needs to get going here soon.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
you guys get your whole shopping spree done. Karn is very happy to have some extra funds for his stuff there. He makes a statement of being able to see his husband again when he gets back. And then you guys eventually are leaving the shop. Jasper ends up
I see
getting-
Eric bring it up at the last second with no time so that I don't get to dive into that.
I'm sorry, but a certain someone has to get going. If you want, we can
Mhm.
come back to that after he has to leave. I will allow that. God damn. But back to Lance's scene. So Lance, you have your date here for Jasper and Trey. So what's going on here?
So I am going to blindfold Trey and bring him outside the caravan to like a meadow type area where we can see like the moon and the stars, and it's very nice, you know. And I'm gonna tell him like I'm gonna stop him and then tell him not to move. And I'm gonna set up the picnic, and then I'm going to cast Create Water and then Shape Water to turn it into a bunch of spheres, like smaller spheres, to float around us, and cast Fairy Fire on them and light them up in like different colors. And then I'll remove the blindfold from him.
He is very impressed. It's a very pretty display because the light just kind of shines through and kind of reflects off in all these different angles and gives all these different colors. And he's just like states, "Wow, this is incredible." And he's just kind of thinking like, "Oh God, when I'm not doing anything impressive like this."
And then I give him the bouquet of flowers too.
He's blushing hard because he's like, I didn't do this stuff.
Oh boy.
He does blatantly go like, I wish I did something more for you, but thank you so much.
You're welcome, but to be fair, like, I'm the one who asked you out, so figured I should probably make a memorable first date.
Definitely made it memorable for sure.
And you'd be surprised what a little bit of magic can do.
Yeah, I've seen things that like Cadence can do with her magic and whatnot, so I'm not It's very pretty though. I love what you did.
Well, I'm glad you like it. Now, I've got some fresh bread, and some cheese, and some wine, and some apples, and some, I wasn't really sure what kind of, like, meat you prefer, but I got, like, some salami, or whatever it would be, the equivalent of a meat log.
He does indeed laugh, but he's just like, that's perfect.
So I just bring him over to the blanket and start, like, just chatting with him.
So so you guys have more of a conversation. You guys get to know each other a little bit more. He tells you that he grew up as a farm boy. That's all he was expecting to do for like his entire life, and he was content with that growing up as a kid. But then, like one day when he was like about 10, he remembers was that some delvers were coming through town and they were telling all these stories and everything, and that just got him incredibly excited and wanting to like have something more exciting in his life because like he was fine with being a farmer. It was like what his dad did and what it was expected of him to do, but you know he just had other dreams, and so he tells you this story of how when he was had the delvers go into town, he ended up spying on one of the delvers in particular that was a swordsman, and he saw them training, and he goes ahead and he like gets up and heads over towards like a small like tree that's kind of nearby, and he kind of demonstrates that he had like a stick hanging from the tree with like a rope. He just kind of shows it roughly of like where the position was, and that he saw him training and swinging a stick at that stick and like parrying each time that the stick would rotate and come back, and that he was caught spying on him, and the delver was like, well, would you like to try? And he admits that he tried and he swung the sword so hard that the stick spun, hit him in the face, and then he got like an awful black eye from the experience. But the Delver told him to keep practicing because he did the same thing his first time when he was first learning. And so he admits that he kind of has self-trained himself. He's never had like a town guard or anyone in particular train him on how to use a sword. He just kind of has been practicing his own swordsmanship, and he's no master by any means, but he does his best.
Okay, so no formal training. Nothing
Yes.
wrong with that.
No, completely self-taught.
Yep.
Anything in particular you tell him about yourself?
Jasper doesn't want to get into his past because that's a bit of a trauma dump, and that's a conversation for another time.
Oh boy.
So instead, Jasper tells him about growing up with his in the town he grew up in. That his dad was a shipwright, and that his mom was a teacher, and that his sister is an herbalist, and that they're all still living in that town together, but due to some past due to something that he doesn't want to get into at the moment, he decided to become a cleric, and he trained actually under a paladin, who was his mentor of sorts, and that's how he kind of became a cleric of Dramphine. And for a while, he just guarded ships as they were like crossing the ocean. That was his job. And then one day there was a dungeon that just kind of appeared while they were on their route, and he, at that point, he felt Dramphine's call to become a Delver.
And he's just paying very close attention and like just listening very carefully. He's just he's asking a question here and there about like your family and for you to tell a little bit more in between in between the conversation. Like it seems like he's genuinely trying to get to know you and your family and whatnot.
Yeah. And Jasper like happily like tells him about his family because like he's very proud of his parents and his sister. So he's more than happy to just like go on and on and on about them as much as Trey wants him to. Eventually, though, Jasper does move in a little bit closer. Goes in to like hold his hand a bit and pull him closer and kind of like just look into his eyes, like the classic scene.
Yeah, just that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like again, like he is very much like he feels comfortable around you and whatnot. I'm just gonna roll and see what he does here. Of course I roll that here in this situation. He feels a sudden like bit of bravery in the moment and he leans in and he gives you a kiss.
Oh. Yeah, we just kind of like do that for a bit.
I rolled a fucking natural 20 on that for like bravery there. I was gonna do like if it was like a natural 1, he'd fumble immensely. But no, I was like, nope, he just has that moment of bravery and just leans in and goes for it.
Yes.
There you go. Of course I roll a natural 20 on a kiss. That's weird.
Yeah.
God.
What the fuck?
For having like practically no charisma, Jasper's pretty
There you go. It's good. But yeah, so you guys have that moment and he is like he pulls away eventually and there's just that like sudden like embarrassment a bit, but then he just kind of he feels relaxed around you and he doesn't say anything and he just kind of enjoys the moment with you.
kind of pull him in and cuddle him a little bit because I'm like much bigger than he is.
Yeah, you are actually.
So it's just like
He's medium sized, but you're like a good like foot or two taller than him, I think,
Yeah.
stat wise.
so I've just got him like sitting on my lap with my arms over him,
Yeah.
with my head resting on his, my chin resting on his head.
It's adorable. But yeah. Otherwise, I know that you need to get going here in like 3 minutes, so we'll say that you guys had a really nice date and that it seemed like it went well.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, you guys are walking back. He is like actively holding your hand and whatnot, and he's just talking to you again some more. Your natural perception, you see Eloise is like perched at the top of the wagon, like trying to look at you and you guys in the distance, and you swear to God she has something in her hands. I'll give you a perception check to kind of end things for yourself.
Okay. Second. It's doing that weird
That's fine.
slow perception.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. It seems like she has something in her hands, but it's really hard to tell exactly what she has in her hands. But it seems like she's like trying to spy on you, and then you do notice that as you're like getting closer into view, she's like quickly hurrying off, and she seems to just disappear.
He's gonna tease. He's gonna tease this fucking buddy.
Eloise is totally going to tease Trey a ton later.
Thank God.
Oh my gosh.
But otherwise, yep, we'll say that you guys had a very nice date.
Alright. And with that, I gotta go.
Yeah. See ya.
Bye.
Bye!
Pisces.
I
Oh boy.
All right. Now, otherwise, we could backtrack a little bit if people have time for what Alessandro is wanting to do.
I am dreading.
A bit
I'm-
scared, but I got a little bit of time.
Okay. So basically, Karn ended up making a statement about his husband and getting back to him.
Oh.
oh, you're
Oh.
married.
Yeah, I'm married, and he's like he gets very bashful right away, and he just kind of like he he is indeed blushing. It's very like noticeable. He just feels very awkward now all of a sudden.
Oh, there's no need to be embarrassed, honey.
Well, I mean, I'm
Eh,
not the best with things like that, and it just kind of happened, and I'm
Did they make
okay with it.
Where is your husband?
Oh, he is back home. I'm trying to get back home.
Where is home?
He goes into this long explanation that he is from this place called Icewind Dale, and this one town that is in that's this one town that's in this place called 10 Towns, where it's like these 10 separate towns that are around a lake, and that he has like a shop that he shares with his husband Bade, where they end up actually working on armor, weapons, magical items, and that he's been trying to expand to their business. You guys can try to roll, but even if you had a natural 20, you have no idea what the fuck he's talking about.
Nope.
Hmm.
It sounds like he is just making up shit.
Do we have
I've
the
never
right?
heard of any of that.
Oh, it's not here. I've been traveling a lot, and like Dallin's just kind of like again with these stories. It's just like, "Oh, I'm sorry, my spell didn't work right. I've been trying to get to this other place, and it didn't
Is
work."
is that somewhere in the ancestral homelands?
Noche can roll to see if he remembers throughout his history for in the ancestral homelands.
Perception?
This would be like a history or investigation check to see if you know of any places in the ancestral homelands called 10 Towns.
Could I roll religion as well? Or
I'll
just
allow religion if you really want.
feel like it'd be my best bet right now.
Okay. So overall, none of this sounds familiar, and you're kind of like looking over Karn's armor and whatnot, and you notice a bunch of weird symbols. None of these symbols seem to be of any type of religion that you are aware of. Seem to be in a lot of them seem to be in Draconic, but again, they're also a mix of like different like sigils that are written into his armor. There's also like weird like extensions of like decorative parts of his armor that look out of place. Like it doesn't look like any kind of draconic armor. It looks like some other race made it, but it doesn't look like anything that was made by anything that you've seen before either.
Oh,
But yeah, no, you have no idea, and it's definitely not in the draconic homelands.
right.
Karn mentions like I've heard some of the kobolds here ask about the draconic homeland before, but or the ancestral homeland before. I've never been there.
Hmm.
At least I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Well, I've traveled to a lot of different places. Like there was this one place I went to. There was a bunch of different automatons, or like I don't know what the term is here. There was also another place that I went to where it was just a massive forest, but it was on fire. And he just keeps going on and on about like different places that he's gone to. Um, none of it makes sense. It's utter gibberish of what he's even talking about. Dallin eventually steps in. He claims that he's been traveling to different planes of existence.
Like planes of
Oh.
existence. Hello?
Places outside of it's this weird thought that there's these other planes of existence that are beyond the, and like he goes into the talk of like the astral sea. Dallin explains the astral sea is this like outer space kind of thing outside of the realm of where you guys live. And you, with your religion check, you know this, Noche, because the ancestral homeland is close, but you have to travel through the ancestral sea the astral sea to get to the ancestral homeworld. It's really close though.
Mm.
But like this is like other places or worlds that are completely separated by space, basically.
Oh, that's actually really cool.
Yeah, so he explains, yeah, I've been using this machine, but it got damaged when I tried this last time, and I'm kind of stuck here. But I'm working on it. I'm gonna figure it out.
Oh,
I hope you do.
I hope you do too. I just put two to two together. He's not from here, is he?
No, as he's explained, he is from a whole other like world, basically separated from your guys's.
Okay.
He goes into the store. Like, if you guys ask more about like where he's from and everything, he's like, "Well, I made a promise. I have to go and I have to find this other place that my friend is from, and I made a promise that I'd help him get home. I didn't know that he was from a different plane, so now I need to find out how to do that, and I keep my promises."
Oh, well, I hope you do.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just hope that it doesn't explode again. But I've been getting better at that. And Dallin is just raising an eyebrow. Are you sure about that? Don't distract me.
Can't tell if he's getting better at building a machine or getting better at explosion.
Better at not exploding things is what he's trying to say.
Mhm.
Hmm. Yeah, it seems like you might be doing the wrong approach if it's exploding.
Oh boy.
Well, like my armor once was about to explode, and I figured
Your-
that out so I can make sure that other things don't explode.
Armor?
Your
Yeah, I
armor
made this
was
armor.
going to explode.
Yeah, it first time I tried making this armor, it caused a cave in. I don't like to think about that, but I ended up getting better at it, and now I have this armor that I made.
Don't you just blink stairs?
You should probably see a cleric about that. Anyway, if you need anything, you are in the town of Delvers. Put in a request. If it's something that we can do, we might pick it up.
Well, there is one job that I've put out, but they're not really wanting to do it, but it could be useful.
What's that?
What?
So he goes on and he tells you that he's been hearing things about here in Beast World, where there is like, hold on, I gotta pull out the fucking notes on this here because I wasn't expecting you to ask about this yet. So he talks to you guys about how there are here in your what you guys kind of talk about, there's all these different worlds that you can travel to, and that he heard about the war here, and that there's actually people that have devices that allow them to travel to the dying world that the Brethren came from, and that if he had access to that and he had one of those gems that he could get, he could actually maybe use that to better understand how to do planar travel, because that's where the Brethren came from, was a whole other different like world, etc. But it's very expensive to be able to do and make the thing to be able to travel to other worlds, and so he's been needing to get all the materials.
I mean, that seems really dangerous. I would probably start with looking into how they get back and forth from the ancestral homeland. Find a dragon to talk to.
Noche raises his hand and asks, what's the reward? Out of curiosity.
So to be able to like get all the stuff that he needs and everything would be basically the cost of what is necessary to make the gate. I'm trying to find the price of what it is to actually make the gate. Okay, so here we go. He specifies that for you to be able to make it, you need to be able to make a cross-world well. And these are very expensive. They're about 3 feet in diameter, weigh over 1,000 pounds, and it's far too large for him to fit in his bag of holding. He mentions that he would need to have a very specific oil of about 40 liters. He needs a stabilizing powder of 10 satchels. He needs lilac blossoms, fresh. 1 entire bushel of lilac blossoms. He needs a catalyst blend. He needs chert powder, solar virginal. He also needs the ashes or powder from the destination, if possible. That would make things a lot easier. And then he also needs about 1 milliliter of blood.
Oh.
That's what that's what I've been told is to make a crossworld well here, and I need all those things.
Blood
I
part.
haven't even heard of some of those.
That, or if like Cullen would allow me to use your guys' current one that you have in the Delphin camp, but he doesn't seem to want to let me use it.
Maybe because you make things explode.
I'm
Yeah.
getting better at it.
I mean, I could probably try to persuade him to give you a chance, as long as you don't blow shit up.
Again.
I'm gonna blow shit up.
Just
He's
saying.
getting very embarrassed, and he's like, his helmet for his armor just kind of pops into place like Iron Man style and kind of covers his face because he's embarrassed now. Again, you're noticing his armor more and more. It's heavy armor, but it's like really high tech, weirdly enough.
Yeah, he definitely not from here. But yeah, we will help.
That'd be great. And he does mention like the better he understands the gates, the better it would work. But you need to be a delver of high renown to be allowed to even like access the gates, apparently, and that's what he like why he hasn't been allowed to be anywhere near it because he's not a delver. And he's
Right.
like, and he goes on again. He's like, I punched through a demigod, and they won't let me even touch this gate. This is ridiculous.
Maybe you should join the Delvin crew.
Mm-hmm.
And like his eyes like get wide at that, and like joining a Delvin crew, and they're just like no, and like his like the shop owner that's with him is like, no one is going to want to work with a crazy person.
I mean,
What are you talking about? These are Delvers. They're all fucking crazy.
Dude, look at us.
yeah, I can't even. I can't even.
I don't know why. I was just like imagining Noche was just like, look at us, but then only points directly at Lucid.
Bitch, I don't want to hear anything from you. Soup. Yeah, I don't want to hear.
I didn't say anything. That was the magic conch. I didn't say anything.
This is the magic.
Attacking me. I didn't even say anything.
But yeah, so he does specify for that would be a Delvin crew of pretty great renown to be even allowed to use the portal itself that they do have.
Well, if you're relying on us, it's gonna be a while.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could try to ask around, but I'm not really good at talking to people. I've been trying to get better.
We have him as a temporary member, like not really as part of our group, but like kind of
He's-
part of our group.
He's over level 10. He's a high level character.
Oh.
Never mind.
Oh.
Because I was gonna say like he can like temporarily be in our team
I mean,
Like, by
to
name?
be clear though, Morrow was also higher level than you guys. He was over level 10 as well, but
I mean, like he'll be a part of our team by name, but like if anything, he'd just be here most of the time.
yeah, I mean, he like again, you guys can try to offer that if you really want. But he's fine with just working in the shop. He's making a lot of extra money and he's making headway on being able to like buy everything that he needs. So if you guys do continue to buy stuff from him that he sells, that might help him out his funding to be able to make what he needs to get back home.
If I did about almost a 500 coin dagger, I could probably be better help.
Like, I mean, that was already a good help.
Yeah, and we got the cloak too. So
But I mean, it
That's
helps
like-
some more.
But yeah, so this is more of like you guys can kind of check in, help him out, and whatnot. If you guys do ask more about his husband, which you have already asked earlier, he will show you a photo of him, and he looks like a brethren, but really short. It has like a really long, big beard.
Oh,
Outside of like you guys have no idea what he is, and he explains, well, he's a dwarf, and you guys have no idea what the fuck a dwarf is.
Oh,
He's married to a dwarf.
you look like a rat with ears and a beard.
oh,
No, he's handsome.
oh. Okay.
Like
Okay.
literally think
Actually,
Lord
give
of
me
the
a picture of
Rings.
him.
Literally think Lord of the Rings, like dwarf. That is what he's married to.
I've never seen Lord of the
Oh,
Rings. So
Me
You've
neither.
never seen Lord of the Rings. What's wrong with you?
It was never an interest. Sorry.
Yeah, with Rhythm
Oh
on
my
that. It was very
God.
interesting.
You guys are playing
Sorry.
D&D and you don't know freaking Lord of the Rings. Do you believe this shit, Sinzin?
Leave me alone.
I mean, this is my first D&D, so I have an excuse.
Oh my god.
I play D&D because I've been like LARPing a lot in Final Fantasy, so this is what led me to that.
So
don't add
we never officially got artwork of his husband Bade in our D&D
Oh.
campaign, but I will pull up like examples of like a dwarf D&D kind of thing if I can.
You like LARPing in Final Fantasy, do you? Did you know that there's a Final Fantasy 14 tabletop role-playing game, kind of like D&D?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about it. I don't really participate. The LARPing that I do is I work at a big men cafe, basically catering to women who
Okay,
like
so
surrounded by big men. So I'll go that. Anyway,
So I'm going to give you an example of a dwarf that you guys are aware of then. There you go.
and I'm nutting. I'm sorry.
Let me get a good look. Hold on.
I
And
just
I'm
put-
nutting. My
I'm just-
man's. I love him. That's my husband.
Woo!
So like
Oh!
so he's married to a dwarf. Then, I know you guys have watched Delicious in Dungeons, so there you fucking go.
When I tell you I watched Delicious Dungeon, I bought merch.
You bought-
I bought.
But yeah, this is a good example, but he actually is married to a dwarf. There you go.
My man.
I had to think anime. I couldn't. I shouldn't think of like normal nerd shit. I had to go anime nerd.
Normal
That
nerd
was-
shit is
That was
crazy.
that was my mistake going normal nerd. I had to go
Normal?
anime nerd. But yeah, so he's
Oh
married
my
to a
god.
dwarf.
It's just Eric, it's like the video you send me. It's like, oh right. You, me, dinner tonight. Yay! Oh, okay. That's kind of how it is right now.
But yeah, so you guys now know that he is married to what he describes as a dwarf, but you guys said like dwarves do not exist in the Brethren homeworld. They also do not exist in Beast World. So you're kind of like, so a short Brethren, all right, with a really big beard.
That's cool.
There's another example of a dwarf.
Oh, It's
Yeah.
like Thor, but
They're
different.
so yeah, in D&D dwarves are just kind of known to be like craftsmen, miners, as like examples, but like they're known for being short in stature with really big luxurious beards.
They're very hairy.
Yes, they are very hairy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so like
Very-
he tells you guys a little bit more about him. So you guys now know about my character Karn from my fucking one of my D&D games that I played as.
Cool.
There you go.
When we get to high level and we can help him out, we will.
There you go. But yeah, it is more of a high level quest. So
Yeah, I've noticed.
yeah. Because yeah, you guys know, like, no, most people don't go to the dying world of the Brethrens because it's very dangerous there.
Huh.
So but yeah, otherwise I think that's a good place for us to stop then for tonight. And then yeah, next session, we'll say that you guys have your cart all done, ready to go, and you're off on your adventures.
Yay!
Wait, can I at least say goodbye to Gordon before we go?
I mean, sure.
I have to say goodbye to him. I have to let him know my
Poor Lucid, seeing all these people that are in happy, loving relationships, even a little kobold from a world far, far away as a husband. Yeah, I'm tired. All right, and I've been drinking alcohol. I'm about to, I haven't eaten
I'm
anything, and I'm just
really-
drinking alcohol.
You're so brave.
very.
I'm not a lightweight like some people.
Where's the
I'm
lightweight?
referring to my boyfriend.
Oh, I was gonna say. Oh,
Yeah.
no, I'm not.
Ernesto is such a lightweight. He has like one White Claw and he's wasted.
A white claw?
I'm not joking. But yeah,
Ooh.
when would we like to play again, guys? Are we playing again next week?
I have work, sadly, but I mean, if any early because I'm a good boy and I do my job.
You are a good boy.
Hush up. So yeah, like I can do next week. I just might be like a few minutes late at best.
Yeah, I'm able to play next week. So, and I had like the majority of your guys' next adventure already planned out. I didn't know how in depth we would get in roleplay tonight, but I knew that today would be more of a roleplay session, so I focused on that.
Yee. I do gotta bounce though. You guys have a good one.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
bye.
we'll see if we can play next week. Let us know right away, Rhythms, if you can or not.
I should be good.
Okay,
But I'll give you an update just in case.
appreciate it.
Alright, bye
Appreciate
Bye.
I need fucking food, so I'm going to be logging off here. But I hope you guys enjoyed the session.
I did. I got most of the shit I had to get done, so I just got one last shit to do, and then I'm good.
All right.
Hey.
Well, you guys have a nice night then. All right.
See you too.
Bye, Zeus.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, Niku. Where's my thingy?